So as you can tell by the, title of the video, it's more on the program side again. So for those who haven't watched these two videos, I'd suggest watching them because, they're kind of like what I would kind of do, and you can take my advice on or like kind of change it. I mean, I call them skeleton programs for a reason. So you can change things about it if you are, depending on who you are, if you want to train this, if you want to train that, it's up to you. But today I'll just be talking about more of like the middle ground of, programs and, stuff like that. So the reason I think a program's important, for one, is it gives you that structure. And I see a lot of people, particularly in my gym, that don't have programs, clearly, because you'll get to a certain point without a program. I'll admit, without a program and have a structured, sort of thing that you're doing, you'll get somewhere. You'll get those newbie gains, but what you won't get is further than the guy that has a program, which is true in my sense, right? Because I fully believe those who have a program will go a lot further, because that structure and discipline will literally lead you to the path you want, whether it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit. But we don't like CrossFitters. CrossFitters are the devil. Don't do it. It's actually very, very high risk of injury. And for those who say deadlifts, oh, they'll hurt my back, they'll do all this, but then they'll go and do some CrossFit weird activity that actually could, injure them a lot worse and a lot more often. So we don't like CrossFitters here because they're a bunch of shite. But anyway, when it comes to structuring your programs and stuff, it will push you further, because then you have this like structure. I'm going to do this day. I'm going to do this day. I'm going to do this day. And it's just more of a, driver, more of a motivator, because as I've said, loads of people I see don't have a program, and you can clearly tell. They've got a bit of size to them from when they started originally, but it's nothing to like, whoa, you've completely changed. I mean, granted, some people have different, goals, but I've spoken to a lot of people and they want to change. They want to have like the transformation I had, which is going from this to this, right? And, for me, the program has made me progress even further, because I've been on a program for probably more than a year now, I think. Yeah, because I used to free ball it and basically do push-pull legs. But if you can consider that a program, I didn't really have a solid structure, which I kind of like see as like 3 stages. You kind of do it whatever you want. You focus on like a push-pull, upper, lower split, and then you go into a full structured program, which is the, listing your exercises and stuff like that. When it came to moving up that, I wanted to progress further. I wanted to progress quicker. So when it came to, my progression and everything, feeling a bit stagnant, when it came to like me doing all the push-pull legs, I asked my friend for, a program, which was more of a push-pull legs, but with structure. I will do this amount of reps, and I will do, this, it's called RPE. It's like how much, you are using, how much energy you're using. And with that in mind, it just like, gives you this, because I know a lot of people weirdly like being told what to do. It's a natural human, thing. You want to know what you're doing this day. And if you don't know, you're just kind of like loosely floating around, which a lot of people do, unfortunately, because I see a lot of potential in these people, but they don't see the potential in themselves to actually, go out their way and think, oh yeah, I'll use Dave Train's program, I'll use this powerlifters program, stuff like that. Because you're not paying me. I'm literally doing this for free. I don't get many views on these videos, but I like helping people. Primarily because I was there. I've been there. I've been the new kid. I was there doing the shitty exercises. I was there doing the form wrong. Like, I don't particularly judge anyone for coming into the gym. Like, all I want to see for most people is a bit of progression, because it pisses me off when people, half-ass it when they have such good, things right there, There's like multiple people that I know. They have genetics, but they don't use it. Like, they either go overboard or underboard, which is doing less and not getting anywhere, and doing more and getting nowhere. It's like, these people can do so much more, achieve the goals they want to achieve, but they won't, stick to a structure and think, oh yeah, I don't need to do this much volume because I'm not on goddamn steroids. Because if I was on steroids, that shit would be okay. So it's just like a weird thing that many people don't understand, is that how I got to this stage right now is having a structure and having goals in mind. Like, by the end of this, 3 month, 3 blocks kind of thing, I'm wanting to achieve, a 130 bench. So I'm getting back into my benching after my shoulder injury. That's a goal. 130 or more, I'll be very happy with. With my squat, 225 or 230, that kind of thing, matching my current PRs and stuff. And then deadlift, just like 260 or something. Those are the kinds of goals I want to achieve. But also, there is also the physical goals. So like, I want to improve my chest. I want to improve my arm development. Those kinds of things. I'm trying to, put things in place to make that happen. Because the only thing that will actually help you in your physique goals, in your strength goals, is you. Because only you can do the sets. I can't do the sets for you. Because I wish I could, so you could see your potential. But with this, it's all down to you. And that's what I'm trying to get at when it comes to structure and programs. It's your initiative to do your own research and stuff like that. And maybe talk to somebody that has a program, which I'm lucky enough to have friends who have programs. So it's all a matter of, putting in that work and stuff. Because, yeah, I understand. Sometimes it's boring. Your training's boring and you want to keep it, different each time. But that's basically lifting. Sometimes it will be shit. Because these people who literally come in, do their cardio, which, good on them, and then do 2 exercises and then fuck off, it's doing nothing for them. They're staying in one space. They're staying in one place, And it's like insanity, which is basically doing the same thing over and over, expecting, a different result. Like, put the work in and you will get rewarded. Yes, I'll admit, I'm kind of boring. I like doing this shit, this shit, because literally today, which is my leg day, I hate leg day, but I will fucking do it, I hate leg day for the point of I feel like shit all the time, and then I'm doing leg day. So I'm basically just trying to get through it. Not as quick as possible, but as effectively as possible. I hate it. Sometimes I hate going to the gym, but I would prefer achieving my goals and having the, pain of, literal pain and, feeling like shit than my own regret. Because, trust me, regret's a way worse pain than, actually doing something and pushing yourself. Is all I gotta say. Because Trust me, to all those who skip leg day, your physique will look shit. Your physique, I don't care if you wear baggy joggers, your physique will always look shit if you do not hit legs. Same for women. If you do not hit upper body day, your physique will look uneven and shit. Just my opinion. Because you're not going to become Ronnie Coleman, you're not going to become, a woman if you do legs. Like, just put in the work. If you want the physique of David Lade, if you want the physique of any guy on the internet, you're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to, do stuff to get that, and it will suck. That's what training is all about. It's about having that discipline and getting that reward afterwards. Because trust me, the reward is way better than feeling like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm just going to quit. So don't quit. But anyway, less of my bit of a rant, but we'll get on to push and pull day, which are my primary squat, bench and deadlift days. And it's week 3, so it's the week before, not max out, it's kind of like a 3 rep RP 9, 8 kind of thing. So enjoy and listen to what I have to say about my training. So starting off the push day with 200 for 3. I've got the new SBD powerlifting knee sleeves currently on, so I don't know if I wore them right because I think they're supposed to be a bit higher up, so I'll definitely note that for future. But it was a bit more difficult than I would have liked, but hopefully it's just the day kind of thing, because with squats is like hit and miss, really, because with this whole trying to go up to the 3 rep max supposedly, I'm trying to momentum things by just trying to boost my strength up by using this momentum to inevitably 1 rep squat quite a bit. So, and but with with the sets I have here and the third set that I did wasn't really up to my standards per se, but I would have liked it to be a lot easier, but we'll have to see next week anyway, for if anything's changed, because I have squatted 205 before. It's just I want it to be a bit faster and see if I've gained anything. So, but anyway, on to bench, which I am actually progressing in and stuff. So with this, I bench with my belt on for 115, and then for 100 I didn't do that, but in future I'm going to keep my belt on, just purely because in a way I just feel more secure with it, and yes, it's not tremendous amounts of weight, but when I go for when I previously went for my 1 rep maxes a while ago now, before I got my injury, I usually felt it in my spine quite a lot, because I was pushing so hard that not only did my ass come off the bench, but my spine was kind of compressing. So I think by using the belt it kind of prevents that. So not only does it keep my ass on the bench, it also helps with the spine kind of thing. So I'll be using it in future anyway. Yes, it may look goofy, but it's the way I will bench from now on. And when it comes to benching, I can do these weights without a belt, but it's just there, so I get used to the whole feel of benching with a belt on. But anyway, on to more benching, which is incline barbell press. So just trying to do some reps with this kind of like hypertrophy strength exercise going on here. And yeah, I'd definitely say I'm starting to enjoy incline a lot more now that my shoulder isn't, you know, screaming for dear life. And yeah, when it comes to like benching now, it's more, you know, I'm still very wary of trying not to injure myself. I mean, it's like kind of like my squat situation where I I don't want to like extremely push it to the point where I might get an injury. So you know, I mean, I'm very happy with how my bench is progressing now, and hopefully it'll continue to progress, and I can be a lot more happy with my results. So yeah, it's just all part of the plan. With benching for now, it's not gonna go like it's not gonna go back up to 140 this time. It's probably just gonna keep at like a very steady pace until like I get to a stage where I'm more confident, and you know, I get to push myself a lot further, and yeah, hopefully my shoulder is fully recovered. But in anywho, training the chest as well, doing some flies in the shirt that I absolutely fucking hate. For those who haven't seen my videos, I've never worn this shirt for a solid reason, and it's because it just doesn't look good on me. It makes me look like I haven't lifted a day in my life. So yeah, it isn't really my favorite shirt, especially. But weirdly, it's the only Gymshark item like that hasn't really ripped. Like, you can see I'm wearing Gymshark shorts that have like 3 holes in them, and yeah, the only reason I'm wearing the Gymshark shorts is because I didn't have any shorts left. So yeah, Gymshark, gotta love it. I will slate it forever until they up their quality. But yeah, anyway, on to triceps. Trying to get the long head all nice and, you know, warm and shit, and you'll see another angle of my tricep that actually doesn't look that bad, you know, because my triceps, I would say, are probably my weakest point when it comes to you know, physique wise, and technically my arms, just overall, like, there's imbalances, there is just like a lot of things to improve. It's like I'm more like torso dominant than I am limb dominant. Like, you tend to find people who have like large arms to play like pretty decent legs, but then have like shit torsos. But then people like me looking like a spider. So yeah. But yeah, I'm improving. I'm getting there. But hopefully in the future my triceps will, you know, be a lot bigger. And when I do cut in November, which will just be like a weight cut, it won't be anything like astronomical. It'll just be like, you know, trying to get leaner. If I stay like around, I don't really care about the weight, I care about just getting leaner at that point, you know, and then see what I look like and shit, and see if I'm pound for pound strong, how pound for pound strong I actually am. So like, if I were to bench 120, let's say, for 3, and then I'm able to do it at a lesser weight and, you know, a lot like leaner, then that's pretty good. I'd say that's an achievement. But anyway, onto some like tricep push thing that my friend showed me. It's like a tricep push down, but you have like, you don't have like your whole body pushing into it, you just have your arms pushing into it. And yeah, it's just like, you know, I would argue probably better than the push downs and stuff. So when it comes to just like the average push down, it it's enough, but for like these cable machines, sometimes it just feels too light, and I use the bench to try and make it a bit more difficult for myself. But anyway, we'll be going on to like a bit of posing after this, and then on to pull day with deadlifts. So enjoy. Now matching a PR, which is 124, 3. But my idea was to go up to 230. This did feel very, very shit, but I'm not quite sure. Sometimes deadlift feels completely fine, but sometimes it doesn't. But I think that's just because this day no stim at all. I tend to find stims make me like happier and more energetic and stuff. So it could be just like the lack of stims and stuff like that. And in this general context, 230 could possibly just be a push, or it's just like potentially there, but but I'm not as confident as I was let's say at the start, but I'll go for it anyway, and if I fail, I fail, and it's just a learning curve. So but other than that, deadlifts were okay, but now onto Pendlay rows, getting that power. Regardless of what people like to say, doing Pendlay rows I see as quite good, because with like, it's just like an accessory that adds on to the deadlift, because you're rowing from a what would you say, a vulnerable position, kinda. You're rowing from a very unoptimal position to get the best amount of weight possible. And also it helps with your, whatever the fuck it's called, something chain or whatever. But posterior chain, yeah. And yeah, I just find it helps and stuff. But onto lat pull downs. This time I do like one set of lat pull downs, and then I go into single arm. Just because my physio said you need to do more single arm work because your lats are uneven. I know. How the fuck does that happen? I have no clue. Might be just built differently. I might be like a mutant or something. But yeah. By doing lat pull down with single arms, I suppose it gives, because with lat pull down, just regular lat pull down, I tend to find it's very, very easy for me. But that could be just like due to the fact that I'm quite, I'm okay with lat work, and I'm alright when it comes to strength and hypertrophy, but I'd rather get my lats balanced out and not look like an absolute wanker. But overall, yeah, I'd say single arm lat pull downs aren't my favourite, but I suppose they're an alternative for if you do have any imperfections. Oh, no, sorry. But yeah, and you'll see me do like a drop set towards the end. So like on the third set, you'll see me do a drop set and just go for a bit more. And weirdly, you can actually see my lat, and because I'm a bit, I wouldn't say I'm like, fat, but I would say I'm definitely above 15% now in body fat percentage. So yeah, I'm going for the bulk, full and force. So yeah, but Some details are still there, but I would like a bit more detail. It would be very, very nice. But the cut isn't until November when I turn 20, which is not that far away, and I'm gonna have a midlife crisis going into my 20s. You know, lifting and just existing may be the most peaceful thing I've ever done, but it certainly does send a man insane. I mean, look at what I'm doing. I'm talking to, you guys and stuff about lifting. So I suppose it gives me something to do, and I like expressing my passion. And yeah, well, a passion I'm at least decently good at. I mean, I won't do any MMA content until I'm, somewhat decent, because I do get my ass beat quite a lot, and pause. But yeah, not until then. But in the grand scheme of it, doing back's kind of easy for me. I mean, when it came to this day, it was kind of weird. Like, I just didn't feel anything in my back, like in terms of any like bit of soreness and stuff, which I know it isn't like the be all and end all, but I would like to feel something in my trap and also my lat, to know if it was working and stuff. But yeah, it just weren't working today, and yeah, I just felt like I could do more, but in my mind I feel like I can do more, but my body's just like no. But I suppose that's like a bit of a numbness. But anyway, on to biceps. So I'll be doing preach curl on a bench, and then moving to the actual preach curl, and then doing some incline curls. Most people who've watched my channel know preach curls take a long time, because I use single arm, because it's way more effective than using just a regular barbell, especially if you have imbalances like me. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video.